Hey, peace family, and welcome back to another episode of Ask Jay featuring
Art.
King Art. That's right. Ask Jay and Art. Ask the Morrisons. Matter of fact, this is my younger brother and my business partner. Morrison's getting them doors, them acres, lords of our land. Y'all know how we do. It's me, King Art, and the plan. Let's get it. I got my phone. So King Art, I'm gonna bounce something to you. This is random. I don't read these ahead of time. I try not to. I just want to randomly shoot off the cuff. So first one, common real estate advice you shouldn't follow.
Ooh, that's gonna take some thought.
You know what I would say? The most common real estate advice that I see people shouldn't follow is that you only should wholesale as a beginner. Like that should be just like your only route. That's what you should do.
Yeah.
You're capped. What do you think about that?
I agree. I think social media in general, which is where a lot of us are marketed to, instant gratification is like what everybody's pushing. Wholesaling, although it's one of my favorite strategies because it can be fairly
it's lucrative. It's definitely and fast.
Lucrative and fast if you are a hustler. There definitely are stronger, more wealth building strategies that you still could do as a beginner. You don't. There's not really tiers. Like there's tiers of real estate. Like not really. Like you really can pick where you want to be and start there.
Right. You could enter into the game flipping. You could enter as a landlord. Take it one notch and say, not just wholesaling, but don't get pigeonholed into any one strategy.
Yeah.
I think most like gurus, mentors, coaches, all that want to pitch you their strategy as the only strategy, which is why I love our strategy, which is like, learn them all and run the play.
Yeah, another piece of advice that I see, any real estate advice that deters you from ownership is bad advice. Like Airbnb, I love Airbnb. Some people who want to sell Airbnb courses or just seem like the king of real estate even though they don't own anything will push
arbitrage and
like rent,
don't own it,
sublease.
Why have the responsibility?
Yeah, it's like I could tell you why. Equity appreciation, tax advantages,
power control, those minor things like power control, air rights and mineral rights, just those things.
Only the few things that the 90% of millionaires in America
and 100% of billionaires have, right. Okay. Anyway, next question.
Oh, these is like speed. This
This ain't a long Jay Morrison lecture. We short-winded around here. All right? They gonna be like, speed it up, guys. Okay. All right. So, real estate versus stock market, which is a better investment for beginners?
Like, I'm a cat for real estate all day. Stocks you could do from your cell phone with a small amount of money.
Stocks is the easier barrier to entry. You can invest $5 today, and you can make some money off of it. The thing is, though, 95% of the people that trade in the stock market lose.
Wow.
95%. So it's the easiest thing to do. You don't have to take a course. You don't have to like
easiest to lose.
Easiest to lose. You know, there's like no test. Like go invest your money. Sure, we'll take your money and don't worry about it.
Alternatives is there are REITs, crowd funds, other opportunities that allow you to invest in real estate.
Low barrier entry.
Low barrier entry, minimum amount.
But I gotta pick again. I got a cap for real estate too because the stock market's only been around for like 100 years. Real estate's been around since the beginning of time.
That part.
Do I really need a real estate agent?
Yes. Who are you? Right? So like we actually did a podcast episode before, last week. We were talking about will real estate agents ever be obsolete? And the reason why the answer is no is because you and I are immersed in the game. We don't need real estate agents because we know really more than most agents.
But then there's times that I do.
There's times that you do.
There's times that even me as an experienced investor, I don't want to do the comps. I don't want to list the property. I don't want to do it for sale by owner. I want you to do it.
Yeah.
I'm willing to pay you a broker's fee to do it.
Yeah. I think a real estate agent is a great, like, if you're a beginner and you're absolutely broke and can't afford a mentor, a real estate is a free mentor that will work and let you pay them.
Real estate agent, yeah.
What I said?
You said a real estate.
Oh, okay. A real estate agent, yes, is a free mentor and they get paid when you win.
That's the cool part about a real estate agent. It sucks to be a real estate agent because you have to do all this work and hope to get paid. Like, hope the person closes and hope to get paid for free. It's like free coaching. Free mentorship. It's like a free worker. It's like almost slavery. This is bad. Like, yo, like think about it. You work for free, bust your ass, burn your gas, up late nights, CMA reports, smoozing clients, take them out to lunch,
and hope to get paid.
And it might be like, you know what? We don't want to buy this season. My husband said no next year.
All right.
Damn. All right, next Ask Jay question. I'm in Indianapolis. I have been approved for a mortgage. Found my first duplex. Got the inspection. Horrible results. Now looking for another duplex. Getting very frustrated. I'm ready to say F it and get a single family. I think I need words of encouragement more than anything. Emoji. Teary-eyed.
I have 5 to 10 words of encouragement. Cash flow, appreciation, tax advantages.
Right, power control, air
control.
rights. Listen, don't run. Don't do what I did. I left $250,000 on the table because a real estate agent with no investing experience told me back in 2003 not to buy a 4-unit because it had a bent joist beam. I said, oh, horrible inspection, I can't do this. Leverage the inspection to get a lower price or have the seller credit you the inspection cost, right? And just get somebody to fix what's wrong.
Sometimes they'll even credit you what it costs to fix what's wrong.
And you can get it fixed for less and keep the rest of the money in your pocket and use that to pay your closing costs. So like, don't run from a property because of a bad inspection, but nevertheless stay resilient, persistent, try to get a multifamily first if you can. All right, oh, this is a good one. Okay, I actually am a housing voucher holder and I'm looking for a rental in the Gwinnett area, Lithonia. I would also like to know about the home buying program. I'm gonna piggyback that with this question. Peace King, in a current situation with my grandfather and would appreciate your knowledge on this. My grandmother recently passed and was not included in the lease or her Section 8 case. Is there any possible way for him to be added to the case as he can remain in their apartment of 40 years? Let's talk about Section 8, vouchers. Vouchers go by how many heartbeats you have in a household. And many vouchers, depending on your state, will give husband and wife as credit as like 1 heartbeat, and then any children 2 per room or 2 heartbeats per room. If your granddad is not on the lease, but they were technically legally married, I believe you have a fighting case for him to continue on that Section 8 because he was part of the heartbeats of the household, right? So that's one. Secondly, for all those who want to know about the housing program and how you use ownership, use Section 8 for ownership or vouchers for ownership, work backwards, right? I can give you all kind of advice all day, but it's different in every county and every state. Go to your housing authority, ask them in detail for the program guidelines for crediting your voucher towards home ownership. Then you go to your bank, follow my book, Lord of My Land. It's like 10 or 20 bucks on Amazon, online, like Lord of My Land, right? The 5 steps I give you in home ownership: get your realtor, you would get your realtor to find you a home, but get you a loan officer. Your loan officer will use that Section 8 or voucher income to help qualify you and give you a pre-qualification for how much home you can afford. That pre-qualification you take to your realtor looks for a home that fits that voucher or your income qualification. Not to mention, you can use the future rental income, or at least a portion of it, multifamily, towards your voucher income as well, right? To help you afford more of a home. But you gotta work backwards and you gotta leverage the sources, not just Instagram and even your favorite mentor, Jay Morrison. Gotta go to your actual housing authority.
And on top of that, don't forget to watch that video 3 times so you can remember everything you said in that order.
Run this back, run it back real quick. King Art, how to secure a multifamily investment in a recession?
The same way you do it any other time, but you can leverage the recession, leverage the market to get the property for cheaper, right? Like right now, this recession is a little different because it was almost intentional, right? Interest rates are high to stop us from spending. Because interest rates are high, property values drop, people's wealth is dropping. So now
it made it happen, it's manufactured.
Right, it was a manufactured recession. So with that being said, we can manufacture the way at which we find multifamilies and our strategy going into them purposely. So we know that every game has valleys and peaks. We know we're in a valley right now in a recession. We can find properties that are below average, like median household cost, right now, home value. Then we know that in 2 or 3 years, we'll have equity in that property, even though interest rates are high. But while doing everything I just said, if it cash flows, it's usually a good asset. I don't know if that answers the question of how to find one, but my point is that when you do find a multifamily opportunity, you want to make sure that it comes with equity and cash flow, and regardless of whether it's a recession or a hot market or whatever scary thing they're saying.
That's kind of the moral of the story is like recession versus non-recession, buyer's market versus seller's market. It only is a news cycle. It's only clickbait. And it only affects the uninformed mind and the uninformed investor.
We got that same question 2 years ago when it was like, how do I find a multifamily in a buyer's market? Oh, I'm sorry, in a seller's market.
Right, in a hot market.
Yeah.
Bam.
It's the same question.
It's the same skill set you still ain't get because you still ain't joined our program yet. That part. One of my last questions, I might do 2 more. Why is my home's assessed value different from the market value?
Like a tax assessment?
Yeah.
I'm trying to use an analogy. Well, how would you explain it?
Okay. Your assessed value is the city's assessment. That's not what someone's willing to pay for your home. It's what your city assesses the value of your land, and usually 20% more or whatever it is for the structure on your land. They use that to get their tax revenue, and that's how they pay for roads, for the schools, and the police officers and all that.
That's their formula.
Right, that's their formula.
With their best interest in mind.
But the market value is what is someone that's shopping on the market willing to pay for your home. 9 times out of 10, usually more more than your assessed value. So never go by the land assessed value or the city's assessed value or that tax revenue value. You go by the actual demand in the market for your home.
Is there an acronym or something that describes that demand?
I ain't made one yet.
CMA, what you mean? A CMA report, comps.
Oh, that demand. Oh, yeah, okay, comps demand. Okay, yes. Comparative market analysis, yes. My bad, don't quiz me. Answer the question, that's what you're here for. You don't ask Jay or ask Jay.
I'm trying to throw you an alley-oop.
I ain't slam dunk it. All right, listen, family, we're gonna wrap this up because our day's like, all right, guys, it's getting long enough, it was good. I'm gonna wrap this up. I got 7 more questions. You guys have to tune in for the next episode of Ask Jay and Art.
Is that that's the theme song? You just made that up?
Yeah, that's what I do.
We should run with that. Make that a sound bite. Like intro every Ask Jay episode with that.
All right, bonus question since we're still going. Bonus question. Last one. Glad you guys stayed around. Is it possible to buy a home and sell my current one simultaneously? 1, 2, 3. Yes. Peace.